First things first, I want everyone to know that you are propped up on a trash can, a headphones box, and a glass cup. Cool, exciting times. Okay, this is it. This is the beginning of how sororities take over YouTube. This is just one giant sorority Q&A. I don't even know how else to preface this, I don't know. I didn't really know like what anyone wanted to be asked, so I'm doing a Q&A. Also, if I'm looking over here a lot, it's just because the questions are on my laptop. Look, do we see? I ask questions on Instagram because that's what YouTubers do, so I don't even know what else to say. Like, this is just a video, like, enjoy. I'm here to help, so this is what I'm doing. I'm a big sorority guru, I guess. Here we go. Okay, first question. We're just gonna keep it broad right now. This one says, what is sorority rush? Sorority rush is basically where potential new members, we call them PNMs, I'm gonna call them PNMs in this video, but it's where PNMs just go and see all of the sorority houses. The PNMs get to decide which house they think they belong to the most. Sorority rush is basically just the birthing of sorority girls. It's like all the houses are pregnant and we're about to give birth to all of the PNMs that might potentially join our chapter. Glad we got that out of the way. What to wear during sorority rush. So that's gonna be a video in itself, I hope that I actually get around to that. But a lot of things with sororities are different for like every school. Before you rush, at least this is what happened with me. You get an RC, which is like a recruitment counselor, and they'll like help you like pick out what to wear, what's good for these nights, like what not to say, what to say, what do you do if a conversation gets dull, like how you'll, like everything like that. Were you scared about joining a sorority? No, I kind of did it as a joke to begin with. Last year, after I actually joined a sorority, you guys like all saw it, I was like, am I gonna stay? And then like I quickly realized that yeah, like I should. But no, I wasn't scared about joining one. Like I honestly didn't really do like much like rush prep. Half of my outfits were from Leah or from Renee. That was just me. But you don't need to be scared. Just be yourself and you'll get into the house that most accurately represents you times like 200 or how many are in the sorority, I don't know. That's the most important thing. Be yourself during sorority rush. Don't pretend to be like someone else or anything like that just to get into a house that you want. Yeah. Next question. What if I don't get into the house that I want? Then it wasn't the one for you. Just think of it like this. Like if you were to get into that house just barely and then you realize that like you don't fit into the house, then like what are you gonna do? You know? If you don't get into the one house that you want, then you're fine. Just keep going through rush and you'll find your home. Next question. How much time does sorority life actually take out of your time? Not much. Every sorority meets once a week, 2 hours max. It takes up like a good chunk of time. It just gives me something to do because I'd be probably just chilling in my bed. But don't get me wrong, there are times when I would rather just be chilling in my bed. You get to decide how involved you want to be with your chapter. Some people want to be really, really involved, and some people just want to be mediocrely involved, and some people just don't want to be like too involved, and like whatever you want is fine. How much time do we dedicate to our philanthropy? So for Tri Delta and NAU, we did like this big like field day sort of thing. It's different for every school, I think. You have like little mini things. Like we do like little fundraisers, like percentage nights at restaurants, like Chipotle or Panda Express or something like that. Ooh, this is a good question. What's the best thing that's happened from going Greek that you didn't expect? I totally had an answer for this, but I just totally forgot. Oh, okay. The best thing is probably that like I knew that I was gonna be close with my sisters, but I didn't take into consideration that like you become sisters with like Greek life all over your school. Some of my best friends are not in like my sorority. I like the fact that like since I'm in a sorority, I don't have to just be friends with people in my sorority. I mean, like look at Lucy, Leah, and Renee. They're not in sororities. They're still friends with all my friends. I'm still friends with their friends. We're just one happy family. Kumbaya. I'm coming to NAU this fall, and I don't know if I should rush yet because I've heard it's a lot. Is it worth it? I'm gonna say yeah, it's worth to rush. But if you're thinking like you don't want to rush in the fall, from what I observed and what like I kind of wish I did, I would go through my freshman year without being in a sorority and then rush in the fall. Once you know a bit more about like each sorority itself, like about if you're thinking of rushing, then do it in the fall so you can see every house and see which one like you like, because in spring rush, not every sorority like does rush. Like we didn't do spring rush for Tri Delta, but like yes, if you're thinking of rushing, rush in the fall. And if you're hesitating right now, like you don't want to join a sorority like your freshman year, then that's literally totally fine. I think you should do that if you're like hesitant, because like for me, I was literally just like, okay, let's get into this, like I'm gonna be like the best sorority girl like there ever is, like go sororities. But yeah, I've heard it's expensive to be in a sorority, but at NAU it's super bad. No, I don't think so. One thing that I don't like is that for every occasion, so like for every bid day, for every philanthropy event, for like rush week, for like stuff like that, you have to buy all of these like Delta shirts. I wish that those were covered in my dues. A lot of things are covered in your dues. So like your semi-formals, formals, date parties, sisterhood events, activities, initiations. By a lot of stuff, I mean sometimes we have free food in the chapter room. God, rip the chapter room, honestly. Like just stuff like that. But like the only thing is we have to pay for an abundance of shirts. But it's not terrible. I mean, like NAU is not big on Greek life, so like dues are significantly cheaper than like U of A, for example, or like really big Greek life schools. It is a lot of money. It adds up. In the end, it's probably worth it, I guess. Someone said, I hate LaCroix. I hate you. Was it as fun as you thought it would be? You know how I was talking about how people are really involved with the chapter, people are kind of involved, and people are not involved at all? I'm in the middle, kind of involved. Anyways, what made you choose Tri Delta? Short and simple, I felt like I could poop in front of these girls. The deciding factor was which one could I poop in front of. So that's why I chose Tri Delta. I have a class during bid day and first meeting time at NAU. Is it worth to skip and rush? You're gonna be skipping a lot of classes anyways, so you might as well start the first week. Next question. Are sororities really as bad as the media puts it? What was your original perspective? No, they're not bad. Pros and cons of being a part of a sorority. That's going to be another video because I have a lot to say about that one. Is NAU strict about GPA requirements for sororities? NAU itself isn't strict, but each sorority will have like a GPA that you need to maintain or else you'll be on academic probation, which limits you so much throughout the year in your sorority. I think Tri Delta is like a 2.75 or something. I think that's a good thing because we don't want our girls to fail out of school, I guess. Is it worth to rush just for the experience and not join a sorority? 100% yes. That's literally what I was doing. And I just ended up joining one. So my roommate Renee, she went through rush. I think it was like 4 days of it. And she ended up dropping, but like at least she got the experience. At least she realized that she didn't want to join one, you know? Someone said, when is rush week? Oh God. For NAU, it's not a week. It's like the first long weekend of school. I don't know what weekend that's called. I'll put all that into the description because I feel like I should actually know that information. Thinking of rushing at NAU in the fall, but I'm not sure. What helped you in deciding to stay? My RC. I was 100% about to drop, and then Taylor, my RC, Taylor Palermo, we still love her. She convinced me to stay, and then, yeah. If you're overwhelmed, yeah, go to your RC, or like, I know at ASU they call it ROGAMs, but the person who just like helps you throughout sorority rush, you know? What's the strangest part about rushing? Oh my God. Your RC will tell you this, but don't be weirded out when they start singing and chanting. I was weirded out when they started singing and chanting. Everyone's gonna be singing, all your RCs are gonna be singing all of the different sorority chants and stuff like that. Those will get stuck in your head whether you like it or not. The songs, not so much, because I walked in at first and it was just creepy. Enjoy the songs, it's strange, but what are topics not to talk about? I don't know, don't talk about partying. Boys, they're here to get to know you. They're not here to get to know like how much you go out or like or how much you party. They want to get to know like you, like as a sister. Also, if you see the conversation slowly coming to like a close, bring up a random topic. Like they'll be happy to talk to you about it. Like I know when I was rushing, like the conversation just kind of went dull, and then I was just like,
so do you like dogs?
just keep the conversation going. It doesn't matter literally if it's on topic or off topic. Obviously, if you're in a topic, you want to stay on that topic. But if you just want to talk about whatever, like you can literally talk about anything that you want. Just make sure they get to know you to the point where they know if they want to keep you or drop you, okay? Is it as annoying as it seems? It gets annoying at times. Rush is very exhausting. It did get very annoying at points. There was one time I told Leah to come to Mountain View where we were rushing and bring me coffee in a muffin, and she saved my life. Are you typically close with like a lot of people / almost everyone in your sorority chapter, or only a few? Everyone's my sister. I could go to anyone and they'd literally be like, what's up? If I had a problem, I would go to any of them and they could help me solve it. You will find your group. Like, let's be honest, you can't have 200 friends. Like, you'll find like your like main group within the sorority. You'll also be able to like have other sisters that will literally do anything for you and have your back. You know what I mean? My 3 friends that I just visited, they're not in sororities. I don't hang out with my sisters like all the time, you know? Next question. I'm not answering that. Do the girls actually stalk you on social media? I don't know if I can answer that. Can upperclassmen join a sorority? I want to rush, but I'm a sophomore. Do it. Oh dang, those are all the questions. I know those weren't all the questions answered, but I hope I helped out like a little bit. And like I said, I'm gonna do a video on the pros and cons of being in a sorority. I already basically did a video about my sorority rush experience because I took everyone along for the ride. Ugh, I just had war flashbacks. I'm also gonna do one about what to wear, hopefully, but yeah, you can also comment what kind of videos you'd want to see about this sorority portion of my vlog. like I said, YouTube is going to be flooding with incoming freshmen that are wanting to rush, and I am here to help. I'm like your mother's sorority princess over here. Also, if you have any more questions, you can DM me on Instagram. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, everybody. But yeah, so that's about it. Make sure you do good things, make great choices. And I'll be back next week for an awesome video. Bye.